Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for another indie friendly conversation. And we have a very, very special guest joining us this time. He goes by the name of Ant Boogie, the owner of High Value Music Live and a bunch of other stuff that got high value music in front of it. Say hello to the people, bro.
Hello, people. How y'all doing? It's your boy Aunt Boogie in the house. What
Yes,
it do?
sir. Man, I'm so glad to have you join us, bro, because of course people know indie friendly, but I think that they should know that we started our live shows at High Value Music Live, and
Yes,
the
you did.
visionary and the creator and all of that good stuff of High Value Music Live is none other than Mr. Ant Boogie, bro. So I was just interviewing an artist, DHC, one of the Nigerian artists,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
man, and he kept going on and on about the venue. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Man, I love the venue, the sound." I say, "Man, that's high value music live, man." So, bro, just talk a little bit about your journey in music.
Oh man.
I know it's long, but hey, we got
Yeah,
time.
man. My love for music started when I was in the womb, man. I always tell people at 53, I'm 53 years old, and still to this day, I don't know anything about sports because all of my life I've immersed myself in music, not just like urban music, hip hop, and everything, but everything: country music, rock music, jazz, you name it. And I have a huge library of music, man, and I feel like I'm married to music. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't live it's funny. I was telling one of my good friends that I woke up this morning about 2 o'clock in the morning and We Are the World was going through my head. So it's like music is just the thing for me, man. And as I've grown older, I've always had this idea to build an empire. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and I wanted to brand, you were saying high volume music and so many other things. So I started back in 1994 with a magazine called High Volume 3594. And it was called 3594 because that was the year my mom was born and the year she passed away. And it was an homage to my mom. And everything I do in my life, I pay homage to my mom and dad because they are the reason why I'm here. So in 94, I was working at a place called Sound Waves, and I was learning the ins and outs on how to do music retail. I started at Sound Warehouse. I segued over to Sound Waves, and so I started my little magazine while I was at Sound Waves, High Volume 3594. And then a year later in 1995, I opened up my store, High Volume Music, selling cassettes, CDs, LPs. And, I had a stage built inside of the store. And we would do poetry shows, live concerts, the whole night. The same thing I do at High Volume Music Live, it started there, and I started dubbing it High Volume Music Live. So come to the High Volume Music Live show at High Volume Music. You know, the music store was High Volume Music. So uh and then I had my band and I started recording music and everything. And I was like, well, I'm going to be independent. I talked to so many artists who had been on major labels through the years, and they were like, the best way to go is independent if you don't want to sell your soul. And I've always been one who just, I don't want to sell my soul. You know what I'm saying? I like, if you're not gonna give me a Prince type deal or a Michael Jackson type deal or Madonna some, I'll just do my own thing. You know,
Well, real quick, you see what kind of deal Prince and Michael Jackson got in the end. So
right, right. So I started High Volume Music Recordings and High Volume Music Recording Studio. It just it's been about branding for me. So 5 years ago, I opened up High Volume Music Live, and the reason I opened up High Volume Music Live is because in this city, the city of Houston, as large as it is, I was like, there's not a place where artists who do original music can go perform on a weekend. You know, these spots in Houston, and Houston is not like Vegas, it's not like New Orleans. You know, we're not 24/7 partying and clubbing and everything. You know what I'm saying? So these places, it was the same thing. Oh, you can play here on a Monday, and if you bring people, you know, people show up, then you know, we'll give you a Wednesday. If people show up on the Wednesday, then we'll give you a Friday or a Saturday. You know, and I was like, can I curse on here?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. So I was like, man, that's a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying through the years. So I was like, I'm gonna open my own venue one day. That was my desire. That was my dream, and I was gonna deck it out with full lights and sound and everything. So I opened High Volume Music Live, you know, to support independent artists and artists that do original music, to give them a place to perform on a weekend. You know what I'm saying? And be able to make a little money, be able to put a little change in their pockets. Because me as an artist, and I've been an artist for a long time, I understand the importance of you know, making a something. You know what I'm saying? If it's just $50 to just feel appreciated, you know. So I started working out deals with different artists. Hey, come in, we can split the door. You don't have to rent it. Let's, you know, let's build together. Let's build together. And then, you know, you came along. Um, you know, with indie friendly, I was like, yeah, this is perfect for over here. You know, this is perfect. You know, and it's just, you know, it was wonderful. And I was looking at my, it's funny because I forgot to take some of the dates out of my phone, and my alert came up for the indie friendly for this month.
Yeah, man.
Remember at the beginning of the year, we planned a whole year out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we really did. We really did, man.
Yeah, and I have to applaud you, man, because you know what you have, you know, the whole idea behind it is just incredible. I love it. I love it, you know. And for you to just stick to your guns and work it the way you did and make it a success, you know, I mean, I applaud you, man. It's amazing what you did. And I just hate that this pandemic came when it did, because you know, we were really, you know, we had some big things getting ready to happen in 2020 at High Volume Music Live, and Indie Friendly was definitely, you know, one of those things, you know.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I mean, it's when I think about it, and see, since I was doing so much leg work and you know, month to month, getting the artists, getting the vendors, you know, uh,
Right,
it took for the pandemic to happen for me to sit back and really realize the impact that indie friendly and high volume made, you know, together, because it wasn't until it was gone until people start reaching out like, hey man, what's up, y'all doing another show?
yeah,
Like, what's up, man? When y'all coming back, man? I miss it, man. What's up? You know, and the whole time it was going on, I'm so focused on doing the work to pull off the show every month, to where now I'm
right,
forced to look back at it and really appreciate everything.
right,
Yeah, yeah.
right. Yeah, you know, and you know, my phone every weekend somebody calls and they're like, "So, y'all have anything going on at High Volume?" Like, nah, you know. But I mean, that's the magic and that's the beauty of what we cultivated at High Volume Music Live. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, and I know there are other places in the city, and it's, you know, this is a large city, that are starting to embrace uh, original music on the weekend, and that's the key word, on the weekend. In the city of Houston, you have to be able to perform on a Friday or Saturday night for people to really come out. You know, is people not gonna really come out on a Wednesday or Monday night in the city of Houston unless you're like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? So I believe what we created, and let me tell you, man, look, I had a meeting with Missouri City last year. We were going to launch this past summer, 2020, the High Volume Music Live Festival in Missouri City.
You told me that. You told me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So, it's like the pandemic just, and I'm sure that's all up in the air right now, man. It's just it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts.
Kind of hurts. It hurts like hell.
I'm still paying the rent and everything over there,
Oh
man.
yeah, man. Oh,
Close this March.
oh man. Look, we got to start a GoFundMe or something for High Volume because
No, man. And I had told Prince, my son, last week during the elections, I said, "Well, man, this is gonna be the tell all for me. If Trump wins, we're gonna have to close our volume because there's no way we're gonna pull out of this pandemic before his next 4 years will be over. Because of the way he handled it. You know, so I was really glad that Biden and Harris won because I was like, okay, now we can start. I've actually been talking to the Breakdown Band about the next Prince party, and we're hoping summer of 2021 we can bring that back. You know, we're like, okay, let's wait these first 6 months of 2021, see what happens. If something positive happens as far as like vaccines, cures, whatever, opening up the city, then we'll look at August or September, during the Prince party and bringing it back big. And of course, I was going to contact you, say, hey, this is the plan. We're looking at hopefully summer to reopen, and get the ball moving, you know.
right.
I can tell you this because I know for a fact now that we're not closing. We're gonna go in and do some more cosmetic things. So you think it's live now? Oh, bruh. Oh, bruh.
Yeah,
Wait
yeah.
till the return, baby.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you. And one of the things that I love about you and of course High Value, but really it's you, your attention to detail because you have everything an artist would need. And being that you are an artist or you started as an artist, you have that perspective. And I think that's what made Indie Friendly successful as well is because we both get it from an
Right.
artist perspective. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to High Value Music Live, you got the professional sound, professional lighting, all of the effects. If you want to put something on the screen, you got that. You can get it recorded. You can get a recording of your performance, the audio and the video. I mean, you got all of the amenities that an artist would ever have to need, especially with the electronics, the hookups, the bass amps, the guitar amps,
Yeah, everything.
all of the little plugs and stuff. I don't even know the name of, bro. I'd be like, man, go talk to Ant, man. I don't know. I don't know what you need.
You'd be like, man, this dude asking me, I don't know what he's talking about, man.
Hey, man, I don't know, man. Go ask Ant. We got people here for you, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, between me and Harold, we had it on point,
And Prince too.
And Prince, yes, without a doubt, man. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward. Like I'm really excited. Like I was really down for most of this year, like not knowing what the future was going to be. Were we going to have to close, or were we going to be able to just move forward and everything? So I'm 100% sure now that we will remain open. So
Gotcha.
I mean, it's gonna be nice, baby. That's all I can say.
Hey, I can't wait, man. I
We
really
gonna
can't
bring
wait.
the heat, baby. We gonna bring the heat, man. After the new year, man, I'm gonna start bringing in some more stuff, and I can't. I can show you, but I can tell you.
Oh yeah, we gonna have to link up. You know, we right down the street. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I'm ready to get Amanda Cherie back in there.
Yeah, yeah. All of them, man. They be hitting me up. They be wanting to know
Yeah,
when are
man.
we coming
We're ready.
back. Hey, yeah.
We're ready, man. We're ready. And you know, I will tell you this, by the, probably by the time we reopen, we'll be able to record multi-track. So
Okay.
if somebody
Oh,
come in and perform, we'll be able to record multi-track. We'll be able to give that to them. They can take it to their engineer or whatever and mix it and master it, and it'll be a live recording, actual, high quality live recording that they can sell. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just one of the many things that we're working on. And of course, I don't know if you ever mentioned this to people when you talk about high volume, but we're one of the few small venues in Houston that's PRO licensed. So,
right, right.
that's BMI, ASCAP. We're not CSAC licensed yet, but if you're BMI or ASCAP and you come perform over there, you can get a royalty check for performing your music at High Volume Music Live.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's official all the way around, and the way you built it, of course, is PRO, Performance Rights Organizations, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar.
Right.
So like Ant just explained, you can get a royalty check for performing your music, your registered music at High Volume Music Live. So yeah, and that's what made it so good for independent artists, is because not only are we independent, but we're professional.
Exactly.
And it's not just some shack in the, in the
Some hole in the
woods.
wall.
Yeah, yeah, man. Everything
And
professional.
I want to respect artists. They don't get enough respect. Artists that's doing original music, all these cover bands and cover artists, everybody just fawn over them. They just love them. And, I'm like, come on, we have a lot of artists out here doing original music who should have that same amount of respect, that same amount of love. You know what I'm saying? Um, so, and I'm all about respect. I mean, the first time I saw you, I was like, man, you're great. I love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
we have to, I don't want to say pat each other on the back, but we have to encourage each other. You know what I'm saying? We have to continue to encourage each other, to push each other, beyond the limits that we think that are before us. You know what I'm saying? We have to keep pushing for greater, keep, like your song say, keep striving. You know
right.
what I'm saying? We have to keep striving, you know, and build a community of independent artists who get it, you know what I'm saying, who appreciate each other, who support one another, you know. And I think I was talking to Osakwe, Osakwe, right?
Yes, sir.
I was talking to Osakwe and Montrose about this a while back, and I was like, Houston has what it takes to be what Austin is right now. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? People always flock to Austin for the live music and, all of this and all of that. But Houston has it. We have it right here. We just don't have enough venues that have that same mindset that we have at High Volume Music Live. If we had more venues that supported artists doing original music, every genre, we could be just as live as Austin. You know what I'm saying? I know Houston is much larger than Austin, so it will probably be a little bit harder. But if there's a will, there's a way. You
Yeah,
know,
and I think what you just said is 100% spot on, because right here in Houston, we have more than what it takes.
right?
Be- because first of all, in Houston, we have the space. Uh,
Right.
Austin is very compact. So you know everything is within this radius. But I mean, on the south side of Houston, it's so large, and then you got the north side, it's so large. Let's not even talk about the Galleria in Midtown and West Chase.
Exactly.
It's so many places that you could really set up shop and serve these artists. But like you say, it would take the venues having the mindset. And but you know, a lot of venues won't have that mindset because a lot of venue owners are not artists.
Right, right. And all they care about is them liquor sales. And people come to me, and the first thing I tell them, we're not worried about what we make at the bar. I want you to come in and focus on your show. Don't be upset if you don't get a lot of people to show up and everything. We're not gonna be like, oh, well, you can't come back. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna sit down and talk to you and and give you suggestions and ideas on how to, as Biden would say, build back better. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give you suggestions on how to build back better and get a larger audience and everything. Because every show is not going to be a sellout. You know what I'm saying? And me being an artist and a venue owner, I understand that, but every show should be good. Every performance should be spot on. You know what I'm saying? Because you might have an audience of 20 people for one show. Then you might have an audience of 200 people. But those 20 people, out of those 20, you might get 15 that might talk about you to everybody they meet, and push your music and push your shows and your merchandise and everything. Out of that 200, you might just get 2 people. So you never know. So every performance, you got to perform like it's a, what's that stadium, the O2 Arena. You know what I'm saying? You got to perform like you performing for thousands of people, because you never know who's in the audience, who's listening, who's going to support you, who's going to talk about you. And supporting people goes beyond just going to the show. It goes beyond just going to indie friendly show at High Volume Music Live. You know what I'm saying? Is what happens after that. Are people still talking about you? Are they remembering you? Are they going back and buying your music a few days later or on payday or whatever? And you got to be able to leave that impression on people's minds when you walk off the stage. You know what I'm saying? When you walk off the stage, are people gonna be like, man, who was that cat? Or man, I gotta make sure I put this, you know what I'm saying? Let me go to iTunes right now, see if I can, you gotta be able to impress the people, and I know as an artist, part of that is what's going on the stage as far as sound, lights, and everything. You pull a performance off at High Volume Music Live, we got the rest.
Oh, you better believe y'all got the rest. I'm telling you, look, for instance, remember Hummingbird?
Yes.
So, bro, when Hummingbird, remember that intro we did for him?
Yeah, with the dim lights.
And like, and when he started on the floor, and it was dark, and then we gave him the spotlight, like
the fog, your favorite, the fog.
Oh man, what in the smoke, man? Man, so every time I speak to Hummingbird, he talks about the performance because of course he did his thing on stage, but what you all provided technically, in the back, it just enhanced it so much, and
right.
it fit his performance, and it made it even more theatrical than he made it. So I'm telling you, look, man, when High Volume Music Live opens back up, and he's already said he's got some enhancements, and he's about to really upgrade the place. I'm telling you, that's where you want to be. Bro, are you still going to be in the same location? Do you have any plans on expanding?
No, I have been looking at land because when and if, I mean, I'm up in age, I'll be 54 in July.
Oh, what? Man, I could have never told.
But I would like to build from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? I would like to build my own facility. So yeah, to answer your question, we do have plans to expand, but not necessarily move from that location to a larger location. I would like to, if I could go another 6 years there, build my own, maybe 5 years, build my own from the ground up. So it'd be the way I want it to be, and I'll own it lock, stock, and barrel. You know,
Right.
that is my hope. If I can pull that off and make that happen, baby.
Well, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because you actually know what to do with the space. A
Right.
lot of people, they get property and they have all of these lofty ideas, but you actually know how to gut the place out, fit it with everything that it needs, and
Right.
you do it yourself.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yes, sir. That's what I do. I go learn how to do what it is that I need to do, and then I do it. Which is a perfect segue for my other venture,
All
High
right.
Volume Music Radio.
High volume music radio. Tell us about it.
So I launched High Volume Music Radio February 21st of this year, which coincided with the 5-year anniversary of High Volume Music Live, because I opened High Volume Music Live February 21st, 5 years ago. So it's the same principle. I play a lot of music by independent artists, a lot of music from artists from around the world, promoting them, and I know that we're reaching people because I've had a lot of artists call me and thank me, like, my music is selling, and I know it's because of you. I appreciate it. And I've had people from both coasts, from Africa, from Ireland, England, call me, thanking me for playing their music. And highvolumemusicradio.com is a real radio station. It's not a what is that people do? Podcast. It's not a podcast. It's not something we pre-record and then go load up. It's an actual radio station. Like, there's a show going on right now
Right.
on highvolumemusicradio.com. And now we do record podcasts for people that might not catch, like my show, the Blame It on the Boogie show, Monday through Friday from noon till 2 Central. So it is recorded and uploaded, and you can catch it like the next day, play on demand or whatever it is. But everybody, no matter what kind of music you're doing, as long as it's recorded properly, mixed and mastered properly, send it to us, and we'll put it in rotation.
Give them that email address. How can they send that?
Send it to highvolumemusicradio@gmail.com. That's highvolumemusicradio@gmail.com.
Gotcha.
Try to keep it as clean as possible. We do play, curse words here and there, but it's normally reserved for like after 9 p.m.
Gotcha.
But every once in a while, you might hear a little curse word slip out on my show.
Yeah. Y'all should see him in real life. If you think some cuss words slip out every now and then on this show, catch him in real life, y'all. You really hear something. I'm trying to tell you.
I told those Sockway and Montrose, I said, man, I'm probably gonna be cursing a lot less after January 20th. Of 2021. They're like, nah, I doubt it.
I doubt it, man. I doubt it too. But hey, if you didn't, then I'd be like, what's wrong with them?
Right. But man, I'm just trying to build, man. I gotta be me.
Yes,
I gotta be me. I curse a lot. but it's all in fun. You know, I don't curse people out. I just curse a lot.
Yeah, you do, man. I don't know.
Who
Come
I
on,
curse
man.
out, man?
That time I called you, and it was like maybe 7:30 in the morning. No, I text you. I text you.
Uh,
And you called me and cursed me out. Talking
why?
about, don't text you this early in the morning. I need to call you. You ain't got no time to be reading no text messages early in the morning. Don't be. You need to pick up the phone and call me. It's too early. I ain't trying to do all this reading and all kinds of. I say, well, damn, man.
That's because of the work I do. You know what kind of work I do at the boarding home.
Yeah.
So I always have the gloves on and the mask and you know the rubber boots and stuff. But I have the Bluetooth in my ear. This right here. Keep it in my ear. Call me. I can answer and not stop working. If you text it, I gotta stop what I'm doing, take off the gloves and text. You know, and then like you know, people call me. Did you get my text? Nope. Uh, no. But since you're calling, what do you want?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you hear that, ladies and gentlemen.
But you
Call
know, you're
him.
like
He
a
old
brother to
school
me,
with
so
it.
I'm gonna curse you out anyway. You like a baby brother.
Oh man. That ain't the only instance where you've cursed me out, That's just one, but you know, that's only one.
That's because you family, man. You like a baby brother. Look at how you be talking crazy to Wanda and Prince.
Nah, man,
Trying to make
nah,
me look
nah,
bad.
man. I don't be doing that,
Trying to
man.
make me look bad.
Nah. I talk bad to you in front of Wanda and Prince.
That's
Yeah.
what family do, man. That's what family
Hey,
do.
it's all love. It's all love, bro. You already know that. So, bro, let the people know exactly where they can find you. Your handle was already down there for Instagram for High Value Music Live. But if you like to reiterate your radio information and all of that, let the people know exactly where we can consume all things high value music.
Right, baby. That's right. Help us brand. So high volume music radio.com is spelled the exact same way it's said. Nothing special. High volume music radio.com. Y'all can download the app. It's in the Play stores in the Apple store. Is it Apple store? Because I know they changed the name.
Apple Store, yeah.
The Apple store. Um High Volume Music Live. We're all over social media. If you type in High Volume Music Live or High Volume Music Radio or Aunt Boogie, the real Aunt Boogie, you will find me. There are a lot of Aunt Boogies on social media, but there's only one real Aunt Boogie, and that would be me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The real Ant Boogie, ladies and gentlemen. So, of course, both of us are on a journey to serve the independent community,
Mhm.
and of course, we have given much more than we'll probably ever receive back from them. From
Oh,
them.
come on, say that.
Oh man, I'm trying to tell you.
Throw some shade, man.
Nah, I ain't trying to throw no shade, but man, if you're gonna do stuff like what we do, it has to really be out of the kindness of your heart
Right.
because you won't get it back, man.
Not at all. Not at all. You know, I'm really praying that my payback comes in the form of my son being successful. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like that. That's who I do it all for. You know, he's a senior right now at HSPVA. He's taking up music, vocals, and he plays piano and other instruments and stuff. You know, I'm just hoping that's my payback comes in the form of his success, you know, and being able to, you know, being able to teach him the things that I've taught him, you know, about running sound, the importance of having your sound right, you know, programming lights, running lights, you know, everything. So he'll always have a job. You know what I'm saying? If somebody doesn't hire him to play or sing, they might hire him to run sound, or they might hire him to do lights, or video record or graphics, or I teach him all of the things that I know, so that he can be a better version of me, you know. And that's why I'm really hoping that my payback comes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the artists that you've introduced to us, some of them, Amanda Cherie, she's worked with Prince, yeah, Maria Lewis, and there are many others, who have worked with him or will work with him in the very near future. So I'm just looking at that as the quote unquote end game, for me. He can take over a high volume music live wherever it may be, and make a living doing what he do. You
Man,
know,
I think that's great. And me seeing Prince in his element of course, performing, but running the sound and running the lights, knowing what to do, not only for what's going on stage, but I'm sure by being with you and having you as his teacher, he's also learning a lot about business.
yeah,
So running a venue, what's coming in, what's going out, taxes, stuff like that, permits, all of that.
all of that, and most importantly, performing rights. You know,
Right.
and I signed him up years ago. He'll be 18 next month, so he can do it on his own once he turns 18. But he's been a part of BMI since he was about 14 years old. Yeah.
Oh man.
So it's like, and I think it's very important that as minority of parents, that we teach our kids the importance of business, how to manage money, all of those things that non-black parents teach their kids. We have to teach our kids from day one. Don't worry about those sneakers. Don't worry about this. Here's a piano. I'm gonna buy a piano for you. Learn how to play it, because you'll be able to get paid later on. You can't get paid with them sneakers. You know what I'm saying?
Sure can. You
So
sure can.
I'm very grateful that at 17 he's not a materialistic kind of kid. I mean, he likes his electronic devices like all teenagers, but he's not like, oh, I gotta get the new Jordans, or I gotta get the new whatever it is that's out there. He's not into that stuff at all, man. I mean, he has set up a recording studio in his closet at home, and he
Yeah.
bought his own mic. He put the little cushions around the walls. He's in there almost every night recording something. You know what I'm saying? So it makes me proud to see him do that. We bought him a new TV for his room, and he connected his laptop up to the TV, and it's like his little recording where he does his mixing and everything. I'm like, that's good. I'm proud of you.
I'm sure it makes you proud because
Yeah,
me being a father, and I have, especially my daughter Casey, man, she's man, y'all watch out for
girl.
her, man. Y'all watch out for her. But being that teacher, is really important because if you don't pass it along, then you failed.
Exactly.
Someone told me success without a successor is failure.
I know that's right. Say that. Look, I might have to post that. So somebody needs to hear that.
Yeah,
Somebody needs to read that. And that's the truth, man. That's the truth right there. Because when my father and mom taught me and my siblings, we pass on to our kids and hope that they pass it on to their kids. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, we have to work on wealth, not just financial wealth, but spiritual wealth, mental wealth, all of that. And in order to get there, we have to make sure that those that's coming up behind us, that we give that knowledge to them. We have to give them that knowledge, you know, and we have to drill it into their heads, because there's so much that, you know, their attention span is so short. You
It
know, you
is.
have a kid.
You almost have to force them
Yeah,
to, because they're not going to see the value in what you're teaching them till years down the line.
right, right, exactly right. But you know, one thing about Prince, I think because I've been telling him from day one the importance of the dollar, like that dude can hold on, man, he can hold a quarter so tight the eagle will fly off the back.
Yeah.
He Prince is not, he is not gonna spend money too quick. I'd be like, Prince, you got change for 100? Yep. I'd be like, what? I was just joking, but okay.
He actually got it.
He actually, yeah, man. I'm like, okay, you know, so you know, I'm like, okay, so he's been listening to me. He's been listening to me. You know, I teach him about respecting women. Don't ever call a woman a bitch. Don't ever hit a woman and everything. And you know, and I see how he acts around females. Like, yeah, that's my dude right there. That is my dude. You know, he calls everybody Mr. Miss. Hey, no, hey, Mr. Sid. Hey, Mr. Sid, the man.
Yeah, Mr. Sid. You know, when I first heard that, I'm like, Mr. Sid. Oh man, well let me straighten.
Let me straighten my posture up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Sid around here, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, shout out to Prince T'Challa. You know, he's a young artist, a young um, producer. He produces his own stuff, writes his own stuff, and oh man, he's definitely going to be successful. So you'll get your payback for sure.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and I'm sure I'll be alive to see it, because Wanda's making sure I eat right. So,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna live.
Well, that's good, bro. We all need to stick around as long as we can, because once we leave, man, there's not many more like us.
Nope.
You know, now we can put our hope and our faith in our children, but
Yep.
once we leave, man, that there's not another Aunt Boogie and Sid the Man. So
No, sir.
no, no, it's not. So hey, world, enjoy us while you can.
That's it, baby. Because when we gone, it's a wrap.
Straight up. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, bro. So if you had any encouraging words for an independent artist that may hear and watch this, and we don't know who they are, but if
Right.
you could encourage them and say something to them to push them forward and help them along their journey, what would that be?
I would tell them to learn more than just, you know, how to sing, rap, dance, whatever. I would tell them to learn the business aspects of it. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't play an instrument, I would tell them to learn how to play an instrument, because long after you stop rapping, long after you stop singing, you can still play your instrument. You know, I would tell them that it's very important that they learn about the performing rights organizations, because if they have one good hit, they could be set for life, you know. So I would just tell them to learn as much about the business as they possibly can. You know, don't always be concerned about being on stage all the time. You know, I used to think, Sid, because a lot of people around me that grew up with me, you know, playing instruments and everything, they used to, man, they used to gig weekend after weekend after weekend. They were making really good money, you know. And I used to be like, man, why am I not gigging every weekend? I'm a pretty good guitar player, you know what I'm saying? But I learned that God has something different for me. He has something different set up for me. You know what I'm saying? So I learned the business. I opened a venue. I started a radio station. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making money. You know, and you don't always have to perform to make money doing what you love. You know, I love music, period. I didn't say I love performing, period. I said I love music, period. So if I'm doing something on my radio show, or if I'm doing something to High Volume Music Live, or if I'm performing, I'm happy. Either way, I'm happy. So and I'm at the point now where I don't have to gig every weekend. I don't even have to gig every month. You know what I'm saying? Especially when High Volume Music Live open back up. I'm happy. I'm just as happy back there running the sound and lights as I would be on stage. You
Yeah.
know, so they gotta learn how to do more than one thing. You got to learn how to do more than one thing. If you like performing, learn how to run sound. If you like running sound, learn how to perform. Vice versa. Learn how to be an engineer, learn how to do recording, producing, all of that. It's still in the realm of what it is that you love, which is music.
So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all hear that? Learn how to do more than one thing. I couldn't agree more, bro. I could not agree more. And early on, I'm glad that I had the mindset to be multifaceted and not just be a singer or be a producer, because I actually started off as just a producer, man. I wasn't even trying to be on stage. I didn't even have the courage to get on stage. But I agree 100% because if you are only limited to one thing, then you'll find yourself having to pay for everything,
Yep.
for
Yep.
every single thing. Or you'll find yourself uh, being vulnerable
Mhm.
because you probably don't understand the lingo, you don't understand the terminology, you know.
Right.
So somebody can get over on you and tell you that they're giving you this and they're really not.
Right.
And with you not having that technical knowledge, then you'll fall for it, man.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yes, sir. So if you know what you're doing, then it can't nobody get over on you.
Yeah, yeah. And also once you at least learn what it is that you're trying to pay somebody for, uh at least you can now tell them what you want
Right.
in the terms that they can understand.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yep. And I wanna pass this little tidbit on to people. Um when it comes to equipment, this is really for the musicians out there and for the engineers, and even for the singers. When it comes to equipment, do not get cheap equipment. Period. If you buy a cheap microphone, guess what? You're gonna get cheap, results. You're not gonna get high quality. If you buy a cheap mixing board, same thing. If you buy cheap speakers, same thing. You have to show that you are serious about what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Cheap don't always work. As a matter of fact, I don't know any instance where cheap ever did work. But you have to, you know, I remember telling somebody one time that my microphones cost $650 a piece, and they're like, I couldn't do it. That's why we're two different people.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
We're two different people. You know what I'm saying? Quality is paramount in this business. The quality of your recording, the quality of your performance, everything that you do, it has to be quality. And if it's not quality, don't do it till you get to the point where it can be quality. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I watch some people perform at some places. I'd be like, man, the performance was out of this world, but the sound was horrible.
Mm.
So, you know, don't even perform there. You know what I'm saying? I remember my buddy a few years ago. They were performing at a place, man, and they knew the sound was horrible. he was like, hey man, can I borrow some of your equipment for my performance? You know, and I mean, we was real cool. I was like, yeah, but you messed my shit up, bro. You gotta have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But quality is something that, you know, people want to just kind of look over, and it's not going to work. You have to do quality. You have to do quality, period.
Period, man. I'm with you on that because man, it's nothing like. So remember the show you well, you know what show I'm talking about. You came through and I'm gonna give you a hint. It was extremely hot. Extremely hot.
At high volume.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
All
And I
right.
had Wanda with me.
Right. So, bro, man.
Man, I was like, man, I love him. I'm trying to support him, but I just can't do this.
My God.
Man, and you know what? You know, and I probably would have stayed had Wanda not been with me. You know what I'm saying?
Was she the one who convinced you to stay as long as y'all did?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I would have probably stayed for the whole thing. But you know, Wanda's like, you know, I'm ready to go. After a while, she's like, I'm ready to go.
Man, but so like that performance, man, it was great. You know,
Yeah.
but the sound.
Yeah. And I wanted to walk over there and just start working on that stuff. I said, nah, I don't know these people over here like this.
Man, and that really could kill a great performance, man. If that sound and the lighting, if that stuff is not right, man, you know, I put it like this: I'd rather my sound be straight than my lighting.
Right. Oh, without a doubt. Without a
Yeah.
doubt. You could just have one solid light for the whole show. You
Yeah.
don't have to have all of the, you know, all the fancy stuff. You just have a solid blue light, white light, whatever.
But that sound
Performance, the sound got to be on point.
gotta be on point, man. Gotta be.
And if it's not,
It's all bad. You know, but like you say, a lot of people they look over that type of stuff. They look over the small details that really makes the difference between a quality performance and a subpar performance.
right, exactly.
And we really, and as consumers of music and art, we can sometimes take for granted all that goes into a presentation.
Right, right.
Because you know now we so used to hearing quality on TV commercials or watching an award show, and we see the quality performance on stage, but we take for granted like all of the stuff that went on behind the scenes.
Right.
You know, the turning up and down of the levels on the board,
Yep.
the hair, the makeup, you name it.
And you know, you and I, what's one thing that we always do at High Volume Music Live?
Sound check.
Always give a shout out to the sound man.
Always hero.
That's right. Because they gonna make or break you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If they know what they're doing and he knows what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? You gonna sound better than you sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You sound better than you sound. And a lot of people don't respect the sound man at all.
Yeah.
They don't sound man at all. But I make sure at High Volume Music Live, we give props to the sound person always.
Yes, sir. You got to, man. You got to, because they are a part of the show.
Yes. A big part of the show.
Yeah.
A big part of the show. And you know, they need to be recognized as such.
Oh yeah, man. And one of the things I just have to, you know, publicly thank you just for allowing me to come in and learn as much as I have, because you know I learned so much in that short amount of time just about how to execute things in a professional manner.
Right.
I definitely had experience before we met, but committing myself to a monthly show, it
Right.
causes you to really be on point in all areas, you know,
Yep,
and
from A to Z. Yes, sir.
even starting on time, you know, something
You know,
like that.
I was sitting here thinking that.
Hey, we started late, maybe like the first show, but
Right.
man, as time went on, man, we was right on the
Yep.
dime.
If you say you start at 7, start at 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And it was almost like a,
I was like, okay, I'm here. Where are you?
hey, yeah, man, starting on time. So yeah, bro, just thank you for all of the wisdom that you shared with me, bro, because like
Yes, sir.
that's valuable information. So I need my certificate as a graduate from the school of Aunt Boogie, man.
Got you, baby. I got you. I'm gonna get you a whole diploma, baby. A whole diploma.
Yeah, yes, sir.
High
Yes,
Volume Music Live University.
yes, sir. I'm a graduate, man. Along with so many other people, because I mean, you've been around for so long. I mean, bro, like,
Oh my God.
oh, man, you need your flowers now, bro.
Literally,
Like,
man, since I was 15. Literally. I started in the entertainment business in Houston when I was 15 years old.
so you got several graduates.
Oh, man, what?
Man,
Yes, sir, man. I got gold and platinum plaques. I got, I have been doing this a long time, and and I love it. I don't really just think about, oh man, I started this when I was 15. I guess I'll be in it, and when I'm 55, I'm gonna do this till I die. You know what I'm saying? And each person because somebody taught me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it'd be real fucked up if I don't teach somebody. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So everybody come to me, I'm like, okay, you have an idea. Let's sit down and talk about how to make that idea a reality. You know what I'm
right,
saying? When somebody comes to me with a plan, with an idea, okay, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? I was even telling you, hey, little simple things. Don't forget you gotta have change for the door. You remember?
right.
you
Small
know,
stuff.
every little minor detail matters. Every little minor detail matters. It's not just the big things. It's not just what happens when you get on stage. It's what happens before you get on stage. You know what I'm saying? It's what happens before the door is open. You know,
Right,
everything, everything matters. And I love spreading that knowledge. If I kept that all to myself, man, I would probably die angry, bitter old man. Like, I should have taught Sid the Man and Prince how to do this. Da, da, da. Well, it's too late now, nigga. You died.
yeah, for sure. And I encourage everybody out there listening to soak up as much knowledge as you possibly can from that person that may have come before you, you know, and
Right, right.
don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to make yourself vulnerable
Yeah,
to
yeah.
yeah.
And no question is a stupid question. I hate it when people be like, Boogie, I have a stupid question I need to ask you. You know, and then when they ask, I'm like, okay, so where's the stupid question? Because that's not a stupid question. That's a question that many people have asked before you, and it's a question that many people should have asked. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So no question is a stupid question. You know,
right,
no question that any of us think about is going to be unique. You know,
right,
it's been asked by somebody somewhere.
right,
You
right.
know,
So yeah,
so
ask questions, learn from the people
yes.
around you, please.
Yes, you have to. I was on the phone with Christina Dene about a month ago. Um, and she was asking me about the performing rights stuff, and I was walking her through that and everything, and she's like, oh, thank you, and then she had texted me. So I called her and I answered the question. I was like, hey, you have any other questions? Just hit me up. I got you. You know what I'm saying? If I have the knowledge, I'm going to share it. I ain't gonna charge for it unless it's somebody I don't like.
Yeah,
Like, hey, dog.
But I tell you what, the
Told not to be told.
right, but the knowledge that you have given, people do charge for it.
Right. Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, but I ain't no professor, and I don't have no college. So, you come to me, I'm gonna sit you down and talk. Man, listen, I've had moments where people have sat with me at High Volume Music Live till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, just talking business, wanting to learn, men and women. After the show, after performance, something, they just want to talk. I mean, we get the small talk out of the way, like they want to know, why I love Prince so much or something like that. But then they get down to, the business, like, I was wondering, how does X, E equal MC squared? How does that work? You know what I'm saying? And I just sit there and talk to him. Wanda call, where are you? I'm still at High Volume. Okay, I'm going to sleep. All right, baby, love you. And then I go right back to the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I love giving that information to people. A lot of it I had to learn on my own. And let me tell you something, Sid. I had to learn stuff before we had Google, before we had the internet. I I had to go to the library. I had to call Washington D.C. or things like that. You know, I really worked for the knowledge that I have. I worked hard for it. Because I wanted to learn. I wanted to absorb that knowledge. Which goes back to what I said at the beginning of the interview. I don't know anything about sports because I've never taken time out to learn about sports. But this music business, I got you, man.
Yeah.
I've spoken at conferences in LA, in New Orleans, and in New York. You know, I've sat down with Clive Davis and people like that, Tommy Mottola, P Diddy. I've sat down with these cats, man, and broke bread and talked business. You know,
Mhm.
Gerald Levert and so many others, man. Joe Sample. I mean, just the who's who, just the who's who in the industry. Quincy Jones. I've sat down and talked with Quincy Jones when he first brought Tamia out. And he imparted wisdom on me. And like I said, man, if I didn't share that wisdom with you and people like you who want to learn, then I'm a bad person. I'm a bad father.
Right. 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 Right.
you
But
know,
of
I,
course you're not, man. And you have been more than generous with your time and your knowledge and your resources. And that's something that I definitely appreciate as an up and coming, whatever you want to call me. I
entrepreneur,
yeah, so
tastemaker.
yeah, hey, fill in the blank, but that knowledge is transferable to any endeavor.
Yeah, it
Not
is.
just music, because being professional is not only for the music business.
Right.
And like you were mentioning earlier, you have another business or other businesses that you have to run with that same integrity and with that same attention to detail as
Yes,
you do your music business. So, you
yes,
know,
sir. Yes, sir. My boarding home, man. I unfortunately had to fire somebody yesterday because of my attention to detail.
hey, it
And
is what
I
it
had
is, man.
somebody go yesterday, yeah, this isn't gonna work. So, but yeah, I run a boarding home, man, taking care of homeless vets and guys with mental issues and drug and alcohol related issues, man. And I take care of 13 guys 7 days a week. 7 days a week. So, so my calendar stays full. There's always something to be done. in my life.
Right.
Always something I'm supposed to be doing. That's why when you sent me that text, I'm like, did I forget what? I probably did. Remember?
Hey, I knew I had to remind you, man. I'm like, and then you blame everything on old age. Everything on old age. You in your mid-50s, but you be acting like you 90 years old, man.
What was I saying?
Yeah. No, that's why I gotta over communicate, man.
Yes, sir. With me, you really do, man. Because if I don't put it in this right here, it's forgotten about. The minute I hang up, and I can't remember if I was driving when we talked about it or what, but I didn't put it in my phone. And that was my mistake. I should have put it in my phone. I think when we had talked, I said, yeah, I'm gonna call you tomorrow, let you know. And I never did call you.
But no, it's all good. You came, you sat down, and bro, I just want to say I appreciate you,
Yes,
for all of the support, that you've given to myself, to Indie Friendly, to the artists associated with Indie Friendly who may have come to you because of me, or thank you for helping them out. And bro, you should be celebrated, why you can still see and smell your roses. You really should be celebrated.
Before I really do get too old, huh?
For real, I'm trying to tell you, we need to throw you a parade in Sunnyside or something.
Yes, I'm here for that.
Yeah. Well, bro, thank you so much again, man. We definitely have to speak more often so that the people can hear and see some of the things that you have to say, especially to the independent artist community. So thank you again, bro. Are there any last words you'd like to give our audience?
Man, listen, I want to tell all of y'all, do not ever give up on your dream, ever. Because if you work towards it, it will happen. It will come true. And that's it. If it ain't high volume, it ain't loud enough.
That is, ladies and gentlemen, the owner, the curator, you fill in the blank of high volume everything, Mr. Ant Boogie, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, bro. And ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all social media platforms. Indie Friendly. Be sure to like this video, hit the thumbs up so that you can be notified when we drop content such as this. So ladies and gentlemen, until next time, peace.
Love you, brother.
Love you too, bro.